So in this problem, we need to compute the value of the given trigonometric expression. Let us begin. So in the problem here, we are provided the trigonometric expression 20 degree times tangent of 30 degrees times tangent of 40 degrees times tangent of 80 degrees. We need to find its value. Now, except for tangent of 30 degree, we do not know the values of the remaining trigonometric functions. So let's only use the value of tangent 30 degree. We know that has a standard value of 1 over square root of 3. So we'll keep it aside and multiply it to tangent 20 degrees times tangent 40 degrees times tangent of 80 degrees. Now, in order to proceed, what we'll do, we'll convert tangent to its equivalent sine and cosine. And we know that the tangent function, that is the ratio of the sine function to that of the cosine function. So tangent of 20 will be sine 20 degree divided by cosine 20 degree. Similarly, we can convert tangent 40 degree. So this will become sine 40 degree divided by cosine 40 degrees. And tangent of 80 degree can be also expressed in terms of sine and cosine as sine 80 degree divided by cosine 80 degree. Fine. The reason why we're doing this is because now we're going to consider these two expressions, sine 20 over cosine 20 times sine 40 over cosine 40. And we are going to multiply both numerator and the denominator with a factor 2. Immediately, what we observe here is a transformation formula. In the numerator, we have product of two sine function, and in the denominator, we have the product of two cosine functions. So here we can use the formula to cosine A cosine B, which is given by the sum of the cosine function, and the product of two sine function is given by the difference of two cosine function. So let's apply them. That we should get now 1 over square root of 3 multiplied to, we have in the numerator cosine of A minus B over A minus B minus cosine of A plus B. So here we will consider A to be equivalent to 40 degree and B to be 20 degree such that A is greater than B. So we should get cosine of 40 degree minus 20 degree minus cosine of 40 degrees plus 20 degrees whole divided by, so we have cosine of A plus B, so we get cosine of 40 degree plus 20 degree plus cosine of 40 minus 20 degrees. Right. So this will be multiplied to sine 80 degree divided by cosine 80 degree. So let's do one thing, let's simplify them. So we should get 1 over square root of 3. In the numerator, we will have cosine of 40 minus 20, so that's 20 degree, cosine 20 degree minus cosine 60 degree divided by cosine of 40 plus 20, so that's 60 degrees, so we have cosine of 60 degree plus cosine of 20 degree multiplied to sine 80 degree divided by cosine 80 degree. Now, luckily, we know the value of cosine 60 degree. The cosine 60 degree has a standard value, that's 1/2. We'll substitute it here. So we get 1 over square root of 3 whole multiplied to cosine of 20 degree minus half divided by half plus cosine of 20 degrees multiplied to sine 80 degrees divided by cosine of 80 degrees. Right. We will simplify the expression within the parentheses by multiplying both numerator and the denominator with 2. So that's going to give us 2 times cosine of 20 degrees minus 1 divided by 2 times cosine of 20 degree plus 1 whole multiplied to sine 80 degree divided by cosine of 80 degrees. Fine. Now, we will multiply sine 80 degree with the 2 terms within the parentheses as well as cosine 80 degree with the denominator. So we get 1 over square root of 3 multiplied to 2 times sine 80 degree times cosine of 20 degrees minus sine 80 degrees whole divided by 2 times cosine of 80 degrees times cosine of 20 degrees plus cosine of 80 degrees. Right. Now, we immediately observe here, we get another transformation formula in the first term of the numerator as well as in the first term of the denominator. Now, let's state those formulas as well. So we'll now have 1 over square root of 3. So in place of 2 times sine 80 degree times cosine 20 degree, we can apply this formula. So we should get sine of 80 degrees plus 20 degree plus sine of 80 degrees minus 20 degrees minus sine 80 degree whole divided by, so we have cosine of 80 degree plus 20 degrees plus cosine of 80 degrees minus 20 degrees plus cosine of 80 degrees. Fine. So this will be 1 over square root of 3 times sine 100 degrees plus sine 60 degrees minus sine 80 degrees whole divided by cosine of 100 degrees plus cosine of 60 degrees plus cosine of 80 degrees. So what we'll do, we'll try to find out the value of sine 100 degree and cosine 100 degree. So let's do that. So we know that sine of 100 degree, so this can be also expressed as sine of 180 degree minus 80 degree. The reason why we're writing is we want to express sine as a multiple of 90 degree. So here we have 2 times 90 degree minus 80 degree. So whenever we have an even multiple of 90 degree, then sine function is going to remain as sine function, but the new angle is then going to be 80 degree. But we'll also have to be careful about the sine. For that, let's check in which quadrant the angle 100 lies. So since we have 2 times 90 degree, so this number 2 is indicating that we are in the second quadrant. But we are also subtracting an acute angle from it. But 80 being an acute angle, so we're still going to lie in the second quadrant only. And luckily in the second quadrant, the sine function is going to be positive. So that means sine 100 degree is going to be equals to sine 80 degree. Meaning that sine 100 degree minus sine 80 degree, so that's going to be equals to 0. So we can combine sine 100 degree minus sine 80 degree in the numerator, so that becomes 0. Similarly, we can find out the value of cosine 100 degree. So this will be equals to cosine of 2 times 90 degree minus 80 degree. So we have an even multiple of 90 degrees, so cosine is going to remain as cosine, but the new angle is going to be 80 degree. And well, 100 degree lies in the second quadrant where only the cosine function is positive. So that means we'll get negative cosine 80 degree, meaning cosine of 100 degrees plus cosine of 80 degree. So that sums up to give us 0. So in the denominator, cosine 100 and cosine 80 combines to give us 0. Now we are finally left with 1 over square root of 3 multiplied to sine 60 degree divided by cosine 60 degree. Now the ratio sine over cosine, that's nothing but the tangent function. So that means we have 1 over square root of 3 times tangent of 60 degrees. And we know the standard value of tangent 60 degree. So that's nothing but square root of 3. So that means we have the final value coming out as 1. Therefore, the value of the trigonometric expression tangent 20, tangent 30 times tangent 40 times tangent 80, that comes out to be equals to 1.